Hello guys, this is the FPS Ape, and today I'll be looking at what if Infinite Warfare was Boots Underground kind of game and not all this boosting shit that this game has. Now, I personally don't mind all the boosting in the Call of Duty games. I don't mind it, but I prefer Boots Underground, which I'm pretty sure more people are towards all the Boots Underground instead of the boosting in Call of Duty games. Now, what if Infinity Ward was like, screw it, let's take out the boosting, let's take out the rigs, let's take out all of this wall running bullshit, and we'll just have a nice classic Call of Duty this whole year. And what if the game would work well if that actually happened? What if they actually went crazy and actually did that on these kind of maps? These maps were designed to help the wall running and the boosting in this game. And that's what I tested, and results was very positive on what I got. And there was only three maps in Infinite Warfare that did not work well with Boots Under the Ground, just because these three maps rely on heavy wall running and heavy jumping to get around the map. And these three maps are Breakout, Frontier, and Skydock. And I probably played about 5+ hours on these maps, just testing over them over and over and over. Boots on the ground with some bots, and also I did some hardpoint tests and S&D tests. And because you gotta test also other game modes, but I stopped doing the hardpoint S&Ds just because Infinity Ward still said they were still changing hardpoint spawns, they're still changing hardpoint rotations, they're still changing S&D bomb sites, so I couldn't really legitimately test them to see if they would work on the maps because they were still changing them constantly. And what does this mean? This means like this game is so close to being an actual Boots Underground Call of Duty. And if they actually had real COD players play for Infinity Ward, they would have realized that all they had to do is take out three maps and take out the rigs and obviously the boosting, and they would have had a nice classic Boots Underground Call of Duty. A lot of people are saying the reason why this game is still double jumping kind of Call of Duty is because this game was in development since Call of Ghost. And at one point I actually thought about that. Like, at a certain degree, if there's a lot of content that goes towards the wall running and the jumping, that could probably make sense. But in this game, that does not make sense because this game is fairly close to be a Boots Underground Call of Duty. And you know what? This game actually feels like Infinity Ward was actually going for Boots Underground kind of Call of Duty, but then they somehow mid-year process of the game, or mid-2 year of development for this game, were like, you know what? Black Ops 3 was amazing. Black Ops 3 was really, really fun. Let's put the same shit that Black Ops 3 had into this game, and it'll be better than Boots Underground Classic Call of Duty. And that's what it feels like. And it feels like they half-assed the rigs. Not even half-assed, probably quarter-assed the rigs. Like, their thought process on the rigs are so weird. I don't know what their thought process was on the rigs, but they're complete weird. And very, I don't know, fucked. And my phone is ringing. Son of a bitch. And the boosting in this game is probably the most unsatisfying thing I've ever experienced in a game. It's not even enjoyable to enjoy the boosting in this game because it's so bad. And the question is Infinite Warfare good on Boots on the Ground? And my answer is it's actually better on the Boots on the Ground. The maps actually flow better. Most of the maps actually play better Boots on the Ground than the actual boosting in this game, which is extremely crazy because these maps were supposed to help with the wall running in the boosting in this game, but in this game, most of the maps actually work fairly well with just the Boots on the Ground. So this game actually would have been better and more awesome. It would have got less hate. It would have had less hate, a lot of less hate, and then it would have been more fun. And pro players probably would not really complain that much about the game because it's Boots on the Ground Call of Duty. And if you play Frost on Boots on the Ground, there's actually a weird Black Ops 2 vibe when you play it on Boots on the Ground and you actually play it with actually real players. It's extremely weird. Like, it's actually crazy how good this game actually would have been on Boots on the Ground. And that's the verdict. The game would have been awesome, Boots on the Ground. So thanks for watching, guys. This is FPS Abe, and I am out. Peace out, buddies.